So maybe you're looking to buy a new camera in 2019 and you're not sure exactly which direction to go. Well, today the question we're going to talk about is the Canon 70D still relevant in 2019? Let's talk about it. So what's going on, everyday people? I'm Chadeveryday, and today I want to talk to you about the Canon 70D in 2019, whether or not I think it's a good investment or something you should steer away from. That's actually what I'm filming on right now. This has been my camera since 2016, and then I did own another one prior to that before I kind of got out of photo for a little while. But overall, the Canon 70D is a fantastic camera, both in video and in photo. More specifically, I think this is a very, very powerful photo camera because it has a lot of amazing capabilities. It's got a fantastic, Canon is very well known for this anyhow, but especially in the Canon 70D, autofocus is extraordinary. So if you're shooting like action sports, that is a great place to have good autofocus in some video situations and things like that. Canon is just very well known for their amazing autofocus quality. Also, their color and picture profiles are astounding. I know a lot of Sony users and lovers actually enjoy Canon's profiles a lot better just because the colors are a lot more natural. They look really good just from the get-go. And you know, that's something that I feel like Sony and Nikon don't hit really well right away. You have to worry about that in post-processing. Sometimes it can be a little bit harder to edit. So the color profiles and autofocus are two fantastic things to have with Canon. Also, the ease of use, I feel like they are very user-friendly, both in their menus and the buttons that they put on the outsides of the cameras. As far as the picture and video quality, both are pretty stellar. I mean, the video quality I feel like could be a little better. However, you know, this is a camera that came out like 5 or 6 years ago, so the technology is a little bit dated compared to the newer stuff on the market right now. I mean, the Canon 80D is going to be a little bit better in different areas of quality there, but I'll get into the cons here in just a moment. The price point on one of these right now, you can get these things used for like $560 or even less. I mean, you can find some really cool deals out there. I just like to price my prices off of places like Adorama, B&H Photo, because they're legitimate companies where you know you're going to get good quality. You know, eBay, you could probably find better deals and stuff, but sometimes I'm a little skeptical of eBay. I've overall had great experiences there, but you can get some lemons there as well, so just be careful if you're buying from eBay. So the price point and the overall quality this thing can produce is why I would recommend that you purchase this camera if you're looking for something in the more affordable ranges. Now to talk about my personal preferences and what I'm doing this year a little differently. So with all that being said, it is a great camera. However, with the client work and the types of videos that I'm doing now, the Canon 70D just can't handle what I'm doing. So I have made the decision to move over to Sony. And the reason I've decided to move to Sony is because it's a little bit more inexpensive to get involved with the culture that I need to get involved with. The initial investment is going to be a little pricey, but it's going to help me in the long run. And the reason I need this is I like the idea of the internal stabilization that Sony's going to provide. So even if I purchase lenses that don't have the optical stabilization built in, the Sony camera that I'm going to be purchasing does have that internal stabilization, which is going to kind of counterbalance that a little bit. One situation with my Canon camera is with my Pancake lens. It does not have image stabilization, nor does the Canon 70D built inside. So when you're using that lens with this camera, unless you're taking photographs or you have this thing on a tripod locked off or on a gimbal, you're going to get a lot of shake, and that, you know, can be an issue a lot of times. Another thing is video noise in low light situations. The 70D is just not the best in the world from my experiences at performing well in low light situations. However, the Sony camera I'm buying is very well known for its low light capabilities, and that's another huge plus in my book. Especially shooting for a bunch of clients where I'm not going to always have the option to bring in my video lights or to shoot outdoors or in controlled environments like this. I need something that can perform well in lower light situations, so that way I'm making my clients happy, I'm making myself happy, and I'm overall boosting the quality of my videos. Now, with that being said, I am making these kind of more pricey upgrades because I am making the money to back it up. I see this as an investment that I'm going to see a return on. However, if you're a hobbyist or you're looking to buy your first camera, you're kind of new at things, that's why I'm recommending the 70D. It's not a huge investment you're going to have to make. In fact, you could probably pick up a 70D, a couple of lenses, and a microphone for about the same or a little bit less than the price that I'll be paying for a refurbished body of the Sony camera that I'm purchasing. And again, this is just a personal preference choice that I'm making. And one last thing that makes me want to go to the Sony is I am getting the mirrorless body. It does weigh less than the 70D. And I've noticed that my 70D, even with my lightest lens, still puts a lot of pressure on my Zhiyun crane plus. And that's an issue because I'm not always getting that perfect balance. I can't get all the movements that I want. And part of the way to counteract that is to reduce the amount of weight that's going on that. And that would be to buy a more compact mirrorless camera and also use smaller prime lenses instead of the bulkier lenses that I have for my Canon. But I can say as far as performance, the Canon 70D does really well. I bought mine brand new in 2016, so I've had it for about 3 years. And I've put mine through the ringer. I mean, I don't exactly take the best care of my gear all the time. This camera has been dropped on a road with a lens on it, and everything still works great. There's been no changes there whatsoever. But whichever route you go, if you do have any questions about the 70D as far as its performance, its reliability, its quality, or just any general questions as far as lenses, be sure to leave those in the description box below. You can also check out last year's video because a lot of the points I make there are still relevant. More so, they have to do with the video settings within the 70D than the photo stuff. So that's why I wanted to talk today and let you know that this is a very powerful photography camera. In fact, if I could afford to, I would keep this camera specifically just for taking photos because Sony cameras can take good photos, don't get me wrong. But when it comes to photography, I feel like Canon just destroys the market, and video I feel like is Sony. But since my main concentration now is on video creation, I have to kind of go where the better quality exists. But guys, that's where we're just going to do it for today's video. Hopefully this helped you a little bit on making your purchase and your choices. Again, if I didn't answer any of your questions or feel you satisfy you enough with my reasoning as to why I'm changing and why I think the Canon 70D is still a great camera, leave some comments below and I'll try to answer those questions to the best of my capabilities. But if you did enjoy today and you're going to jump the gun and purchase a 70D or another camera, go ahead and leave a like on today's video. If you'd like to see more videos just like this, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And as always, be sure to create something new today.